Bonjour, peeps. Good morning. This is Neshi with Star Nations Organization's main fan page and the daily, or almost daily, live stream for the energy card read of the day. Yeah, this is Thursday. I was going to say Friday, Thursday, September 20th. And it's a rainy day here at Toma, Wisconsin, which is where I live. I'm broadcasting from Star Nations Academy, and it's kind of one of those mornings where you either want to stay in bed or wanting to bake something, or like me, curl up with a good book and just listen to the rain, right? um, yeah, but I can't do that because I got George to take care of and mom. And so, yeah, but it's a good morning. Good morning, Elise. Good morning. Just to refresh everybody's memory that this is the deck of cards that we're using. They're by Dr. Brian Weiss, and it's the Pathway to Healing cards. Yeah, we've been using these for probably about 2 weeks now, something like that. And each morning, what I do is, and I've been doing this for a long time, I just started sharing it with everybody. What I do is I work with my spiritual team and I call them to me and ask to show me what's the most important energy for us to know today for the highest good, and then that we can share with others. And so that's what I did this morning as I was having my first cup of coffee. It was another early morning here, before 6. And so I had a little time. I had a little time to sit down with my first cup of coffee and do the card draw. It's kind of nice, actually. A little slower pace this morning, but early. Before we get started, one of the things I forgot to do yesterday, I know, was it yesterday? It would have been Tuesday. I'm trying to remember to do a giveaway once a month. I have a lot of back issues of Star Nations magazine, print on demand issues, and so I thought, they're just collecting dust here. I've done everything that I want to do with the critique of them and taking notes and all of that. And so I thought maybe it'd be nice to be able to give a gift to some people who are in the live chat, right? And so I'm going to do that today. Oh, and Lise, I did get your email. I did get your it wasn't an email. It was a messenger message, I believe, about the email, the magazine that you ordered. Yeah. What probably happened there is pretty simple, and I can do a PM to you later, and I can help you with that. Okay. So we'll make the draw for who is going to get the free back issue of Star Nations magazine before the end of the hour. 45 minutes. I've been going 45 minutes and not an hour. Basically, it's because of George. Veronica, good morning. She says, good morning. I would love a card drawn for me. Lots of things going on in my life right now. Thanks so much. Oh, Veronica, I wish I could. I would if that was the format for this live stream. It really is about a single card draw that I do in the mornings just to see what the energy is like for the day and what we need to know about that energy, the essence of that card. So it's not an individual card draw as much as it is the overall energy for the day. Okay. What you can do if you enjoy the individual card draws, and to be able to do that, we have a couple shows here on live stream at Star Nations Radio Network. The first one being the Tarot Journey with Julie Hedges, and she's on the third Monday of every month, and on occasion she will do a special card draw for individuals from her fan page. When she's going to do another one, I'm not sure, because it's kind of when Spirit tells her, okay, now is the time. And so you can watch for that. You can go to her fan page. I'll put the link in the comments, and you can kind of follow her and let because she'll do an announcement that she's going to be doing a individual card draw, and so you can watch for that. The second show is by Polly Jo LaBay. and it is called Soul Connections. Soul Connections. It's on every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. Eastern, and she starts out with a healing meditation, and then she does individual card draws, and she will keep going until everyone in the chat has received the card if they want one. And sometimes it's 12 cards. Sometimes I think the highest she's been has been 36 cards. So I could put her link in the live chat as well. But for this morning, unfortunately, Veronica, this is a single card draw. Okay, and why don't we do that? It's right here. The card that came today is I can forgive others even if they hurt me. I can forgive others even if they hurt me. Okay. And you're welcome, Veronica. She says, okay, good info to know about the energy that's swirling around us right now. It's all about forgiveness. It's all about forgiveness. It says, forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It means understanding. Understanding. Okay. So I can forgive others even if they have hurt me. Even if they've hurt me. Elise is saying it's pouring there. What about here? It's not pouring. It's a gentle rain, really, which is really good for the plants, because my gardens really needed it badly. And George, for those that don't know, George is my puppy. He's 9 weeks old, and right now he's underneath my chair playing. So every once in a while I feel a bump. Yeah, it's definitely cloudy, and we definitely have rain, but it's not like a torrential downpour. It's more like a gentle rain. The kind that you hear on the roof, and you can, like I said, you can go back to bed and sleep or read. That would be me. I'd be reading. All right, so we're going to be talking about, good morning, Rochelle. Yeah, Veronica, yes. Compassion and understanding. The card draw today, for those who are just joining us, is about forgiveness. It says, I can forgive others even if they hurt me. And forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It means understanding. Understanding. When I read the card this morning, I was sitting there with my first cup of coffee, right? And I was contemplating the forgiveness piece, because there has been a lot written about forgiveness. There have been many articles, there's been many radio shows, there's been many live stream shows. There's been a lot about forgiveness, and which is a good thing, because we can look at it from different perspectives, right? Different perspectives. And eventually, when we hear something, maybe it's brand new, we never heard it before about forgiveness, and it kind of makes us sit up straight. It's like, oh, really? You never heard that one before. Or it's information that we've heard before, but it's delivered slightly differently. And so it kind of breaks through our defensive shield, right? And we can see forgiveness from another perspective. And I think that we've all had experience with it, right? We've all had experience with it where we've had to forgive either ourselves or someone else. That's something that I think that we all have in common. And sometimes it's easy to forgive someone else, because you can see it in their eyes, you can see it in their body language, that it wasn't intentional, it wasn't premeditated, and it truly was, oh my gosh, I didn't mean to do that, and they apologize, and you can tell that it's heartfelt. And it's easy to say, thank you for saying that, and of course, it's no problem. It's easy to forgive them in that moment. There's others who are repeat offenders, that they tend to do the same thing or similar things over and over and over again and expect you to forgive them each time. Do you know anybody like that? And many times it's somebody who's been close to us, and they lean on or rely on the fact that you love them, that you care about them. And so when they do something premeditated most times, they're repeat offenders, they expect that, and they expect it. But see, for me, that also leads to healthy boundaries. When someone is a repeat offender and they keep coming back and you keep, allowing it, means that we probably have a porous or non-existent boundary with them, which isn't healthy. Good morning, Rochelle. Glad you're here. So what do we do with that? Do we continue to forgive them? Do we create a healthy boundary with them? Somebody's biting my pants leg. Hang on. George, don't. No. Let go. Those baby teeth are sharp. He's usually not awake. I should bring him up here. You guys want to see him? Let's see if I can bring him up here without. He's getting pretty big. Come here. Pretty soon I won't be able to do this. Good. Say good morning, George. Say good morning to everybody. See? Look, up here. Over here. There we go. Yeah. Ow. Yes, this is George. He's 9 weeks old. He just joined us. We're going on 3 weeks, right? And his baby teeth are sharp. And he's been joyful, that's for sure. He's brought a certain happiness back into the house. And we've been living in the past quite a bit because my mom is with us and she's 99, and so we live in the past quite a bit with her. We go over past stories and history, her life and memories and that kind of thing, and people who've walked on. And when you're 99, a lot of people who've walked on. Okay, here we go, George. There we go. He's getting heavy. He's got to be more than 12 pounds now. So that was George. He's a good boy most of the time, aren't you? All right, so with forgiveness, with boundaries, the repeat offenders, we can forgive them and we can love them from a distance even. But to have healthy boundaries with them is good for both. They may not see it that way because they're used to you being a certain way. And so when you set up the boundary, at first they might feel angry because you're no longer accessible to them, right? And so when you set up that healthy boundary, it's also helpful to, I think, when we go through the process of understanding and forgiving, working with our spiritual team, asking them to please show us, why does this keep occurring? What is this between me and them? Is it a soul contract thing? Is it a past life thing? What is it that I need to change to heal? George, to heal and to learn about, so that we can move on, can start moving forward, right? So forgiveness, even though they might have really hurt us, sometimes it takes a while to heal from that heartache, that broken heart, right? That disappointment, that anger. It's George. He usually sleeps through the show. Not today. Yep, he's got his favorite toy. And so you have the ability to be step into your soul growth when it comes around something like this, because for me that's what it's about. It's something, especially when it's reoccurring, maybe in slightly different forms, but it keeps reoccurring. To me, that is definitely a sign that this is about soul growth. This is a lesson, a life lesson for both individuals, right? Both individuals. Veronica says, hi, George, doing the puppy biting thing. Yes, I used to poke a rawhide twist at the end of the con for our dog. Yeah. Oh, that's a good idea. I'll try that. Yeah, my mom is 99. Yep. In fact, she and I are going to be working on something together when I get done with the live stream. I'm preparing for the class that's going on here this weekend, the Magic of Hogwarts. And part of what because I'm co-teaching it with a good friend of mine, one of my sisters, and we're making medicine pouches, personal medicine bags. And so I'm cutting out the pattern, which is, oops, he hit his head on the table, which is the made from deerskin. And so she has like everything I need, right? She has the really sharp scissors to cut the deerskin, and yeah, and she's got all the tools. She has all the tools, and so she's going to be supervising the cutting out of the pattern, and we need to cut, I think it was 7 or 8 of them, and so we're going to get ready to make those on Saturday afternoon, I believe. And so so anyway, when it comes to forgiveness, especially in those repeating cycles, is really about a life lesson. And for me, how I understand life lessons is that they are not one-way streets. It's just not our life lesson. It's also the other person or people. George, down. Good boy. Here we go. It's also for the other people. So it's a two-way street, right? But we're only responsible for our side of the street. Those teeth. And so we're only responsible for our side of the street, our side of the road. And so when it comes to the forgiveness piece, in working with our spiritual team and asking them to help us, show us what is this really? With clarity, I want to understand it. And so when we do the forgiveness, then it's only complete when it's heartfelt. You can't fake it till you make it when it comes to forgiveness. Because otherwise it keeps coming back around. And I also believe that it's a part of healing, because whatever they did to hurt us, we still have to heal that. It's an emotional trauma. Sometimes it's also a mental trauma. And so that's our responsibility, is to heal from that. And sometimes, I don't know about you, but sometimes it rocks your world, right? The kind that takes you to your knees. Yeah, been there a couple times. And usually when that happens, it's because I'm the one that either procrastinated or struggled with it, denied it, didn't want to see it. And every time I got close to healing it, because when you do that, you have to actually face it, right? Face your fears, face your dark side of your soul, and And whenever you do that, it's, you'd rather do anything but that. And so you either stop or you run away. You use old coping mechanisms that no longer work. Yeah. Self-sabotage. Just because we don't want to face it, right? Ellie says, or peanut butter in the Kong keeps them occupied for some time. Yeah. Yeah, we have to use the peanut butter. And to tell you the truth, hang on. He doesn't really like peanut butter, you know. And so I'm just putting a couple of see if they'll do that. Yeah, I just put some of the treats in the Kong. He'll roll it around for a while and try to get the treats out. That'll work. Pig ears work well too. Yeah, they do. They really do. Hey, Mary Anderson Fry just joined us. Yeah, he's we've never had a male dog either. We've always had females, and so it is true. The personalities, as genders go, is quite different. He is more. He's definitely more active. And what I mean by that is that he really likes to do the roughhousing kind of play. But also learning his personality and what he's like when he needs to go out to go to the bathroom, when he's really tired, grouchy. When he's overtired. And yesterday, I think it was yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. Poor George. I came up here to do the live stream, and I had to wake him up to come with me. He doesn't do well in the kennel, and he cries a lot, and I didn't want my mom having to go through that. And so I brought him up with me. I woke him up to bring him up with me. And then he fell asleep up here, and I had to wake him up to take him home. And I came up here for another show in the afternoon, and guess what? I had to wake him up, bring him up here, and wake him up to take him home. So he was just out of sorts yesterday. Can't blame him. So we kind of paid for it that night. Veronica saying the rawhide twist has to be worked into the small hole, but that worked for our dog until she worked through the chewing stage. Now at 3.5, she could care less. Oh, that's really a good idea. I'm going to try that, Veronica. Thank you. Yeah, they say that the canine teeth, that it could take up to 6 months for them to fall out and for them to have their adult teeth. Yeah, 6 months. I don't remember it being like this as much with Ginger. And so it's been 17 years since we've done the puppy thing. But that's okay. It's all right. It's okay. I'm enjoying it. Even with the teeth bite. He hasn't actually bitten me. He hasn't drawn blood or anything like that. It's just, the pokey. You're pokey. Okay, so back to forgiveness. See, it's so easy for me to digress. All right, so but while I think of this, if you ladies wouldn't mind liking and sharing the broadcast, I keep forgetting to do that on the morning live streams. I would appreciate that. I'm going to do the same thing while I think of it. I'm just going to share it to my timeline. And it's just easier for people to find us, right? And it doesn't take long. It takes longer to scroll through and find which one I'm on, and turning down my sound so we don't get all squelchy. So I'm going to like it, and I'm going to share it to my timeline. Timeline. Whoops, wrong one. My news feed. Just going to say I'm live streaming. Hi, George. Yep. Hold on. Okay. There we go. There. That was easy. And also, I want to count here. I've got to count how many people are in the live chat here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hi, Deanna. Hi, Deanna. And okay, so it looks like to me, because it's usually, that's how I select who's going to win what when I'm doing a giveaway, is the number of person who came in to the live chat at a certain number. And Mary Anderson Fry from down near Madison, Wisconsin, you're the one who just won a back issue of Star Nations magazine. And I will select one for you and mail that out to you. If you could PM me your postal address, we'll get that in the mail to you, okay? And I'll actually, if I don't get it in the next day or two, I'll actually send you a message and let you know and to remind you to send that to you, okay? Yay. I'm not sure exactly which one it's going to be, but I'll select one for you. We have, we're on issue number 65, I think. October is going to be issue 65. And so I have quite a few back issues. And so I'll select one for you, Mary, and we'll send that out to you, okay? Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Hey, Julie Hedges just joined us. Hello, Julie. And Marlene, good afternoon, good evening, and good morning, depending on where you're at. This is the card that came. It says, I can forgive others even if they hurt me. Okay. On the back side, it says, forgiving doesn't mean forgetting. It means understanding. And usually with the understanding for me is the understanding for me is where the life lesson comes into play. And understanding what it was that you learned from all of that, and that adds to our wisdom, right? It's our wisdom. It's like somebody put a nickel in him. It's about our wisdom. It's what we've learned, and when we add that to our soul growth, that's the stuff that we get to take on the red road, the good red road. And it's our experience and the wisdom that we gain from it. And we get to take that back to our communities so we can be helpful to someone else. So that when someone is going through something similar, our compassion for them isn't a light kind of compassion. It's a deeper compassion because we understand what they're going through because we've been there. We understand what it's like. Oh, you know what? I think he needs to go out. Shoot. All right. So I'm going to have to end the live stream, okay? Because I don't want to clean up a mess in here. Have a good rest of the day. Whatever resonated with you, please know that it's meant for you. All right. And we'll see you back here tomorrow morning for the next card draw. All right. Love you guys. I hope you understand, but George's got to go out. I'll see you tomorrow. Bama Mina. Until we see each other again.